2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Like this is like too much.
Very Kennedy.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too much.
Sorry. Well, we need to give Jeremy stuff to do.
Yeah.
Pass these along.
It's really cool. Okay.
Wow. Thank you.
I don't know.
The launchers will love it.
Easy. You basically pull right up. So if you want to do that, I think you hit up email inbox.
I did get that. Maybe on the breaking news thing.
Oh, you're not?
Careful what I wish
For your information, the microphone is right there. If you don't want your conversation to be broadcaster, be careful with
No state secrets.
No
yeah.
state
Yeah.
secrets. We will.
We'll be out of here when
We're
it
out of here.
starts. Yeah, yeah. Live shot is great. So usually, like, so our blocks. so easy to say and hard to do at these things.
It's so hard to do it. It's so hard to do it. And I say it every time.
Right. And then like the day before closing.
Yeah, it's the sentiment. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
The sentiment matters. It's really good to see you.
Yeah, where's the intro music? The champs here.
The champs are here.
You right.
Hi, guys. I like to see familiar faces.
Ooh, tough crowd.
Anyone gonna say anything? Hi, Alex.
Is this on?
Hi, Sean. Hi, guys.
Alrighty. You guys good?
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. Well, let me take my thing off so I can look cute. Okay. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of USA Track and Field, I am pleased to welcome you all to Paris 2024, our Olympic Games press conference. From August 1st through the 11th, 120 athletes will represent Team USA among track and field's best and brightest stars on the oval, on the field, and on the roads. At this time, I would like to introduce our star-studded list of panelists. Next to me is Grant Holloway, silver at the Tokyo Olympics in the 110 hurdles. He's three times a world champion, a two-time world indoor champion. He holds the world record in the 60-meter hurdles at 7:27, and is just 1/100th shy of the world record in the 110 hurdles with a personal best of 12:81. Grant Holloway. Let's give it up. With those credentials.
I heard was the second fastest man ever to live. Just a little bit.
Next to Grant is Mr. Noah Lyles. He won a bronze medal in the 200 in Tokyo and has since proven that he is so much more than just a 200-meter runner. He has won triple gold in Budapest last year in the 100, 200, and the 4x1, and is now a six-time world champion. He holds the American record in the 200 at 19:31. Noah Lyles.
Go, Noah.
Next to Noah, Tara Davis Woodall. Competing in her second Olympic Games, Tara was a finalist in Tokyo with her sixth place finish. She's coming off of a world indoor gold medal in the long jump and has earned a silver at the World Athletics Championship in Budapest. Good up for Tara. Katie Moon, defending Olympic champion in the pole vault. She's two times a world champion, a world indoor silver medalist, world indoor bronze medalist, six-time national champ, and the list just goes on and on. Give it up for Katie Moon.
Let's go, Katie.
And finally, Ryan Krauser, who's attempting a feat that has never been done before. If he wins gold in Paris, he'll become the first shot putter to win 3 Olympic titles. I'm going to let that just sink in for a second.
I got the chills.
I did too.
Such a long time to
I'm
be
telling you.
winning.
He's a Rio and Tokyo.
Do that.
We'll get into it. He's a Rio and Tokyo Olympic champion, a two-time world champion, world indoor silver medalist, and an 11-time national champion. Krauser currently holds the world record in the shot put at 23.56 meters. Let's give it up for the great Ryan Krauser. Alrighty, well, I'll just kick it off with a very simple question to all of you. I had written a whole bunch of questions, but I'm going to leave you guys some time to ask yours. What does it mean to every single one of you to be here at the Olympics? I mean, half of the job is done, obviously, being able to be on this very elite team. But now you're representing yourself, your coaches, and the country. What does it mean to you, Grant?
I think it's a speechless moment right now, but just kind of going forward, we have the hardest team to make. I mean, that was, in my eyes, 60% of the job. You know, the rest of the 40% is just coming here, competing, doing what we did at our trials in order to, you know, secure the gold medal. Of course, is the main goal for all of us here on this stage. But you know, just to be able just to represent our countries, our last name, who we are, our communities. I think just kind of just going forward with all that. You know, needless to say, we're all fit, we're all ready, and we're all ready to have some fun.
Love it. Noah?
I'm excited. As a lot of people know, the last Olympics didn't go to plan. There's a lot of ups and downs, and even this one has had its own fair share of trials and tribulations. But Gosh, I could finally say, I'm showing up to an Olympic Games not depressed, and it feels amazing. It's a lot of joy, and even though there's hard times in the moment, it's like I can always think back to the last Olympics and be like, no, this one is not the same. This one is way better, and I'm ready to show it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tara?
I mean, this Olympics means everything. Going to Tokyo, straight out of college, I mean, I was just in awe of where I even was, and that wasn't really the plan. So this year coming in, we knew the plan was to make this team and make it to the Olympics. And now that I'm here, it's so surreal, and I'm, my younger self is pinching herself. I was just looking at a photo of me when I was about 8 years old, holding up a gold medal, and I don't know. I just want to do it for her, and I want to do it for my family and everyone that supports me, and do it for my friends up here too.
Love that. Love that. Katie?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone up here is pretty much going to say something similar. For me, representing the U.S. is incredibly special. I won't get in, I can't get into details, but to make a very long story short, the day my dad passed, one of the last things he did was chant USA. And so for me, that's really divine, because as I won the Olympics, my family was chanting USA. So it's just, to be here representing the U.S., it's just so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger than us. We're doing it for so many people that can't, and it's very, very special.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Katie.
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah, never easy to go sixth on a question. Yeah, well said by everyone. It's a truly an honor to don your country's uniform, regardless of where you're from, and share in that national pride and represent the people back home. Yeah, so much hard work and dedication goes into all of the track and field disciplines, and every 4 years we get a chance to show the world. So I'm excited for it. It's truly an honor to go out there and compete, and every Olympics is special. Yeah, it's my third, chasing a third gold medal, but with 4 years between, usually 4 years between an Olympics, it's every single one is so standalone and so special that I'm excited. I'm as excited as I've ever been.
Awesome. Well, Ryan, because you went last on that, I'm going to switch it around and put you first on this question. You've been absolutely dominant, winning everything. I'm just curious for you, how has it been handling, obviously, the inevitable fatigue? You talk about, this is the first time you guys have had to go back to back to back. There's been no off year. That fatigue and the pressure of coming out and being your best every single time. How does it feel this time here being in Paris and the weight of it all?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. There was some challenges this spring, to say the least. As a self-coach athlete, it has been a bit of a difficulty recognizing that I am getting older. You look at the workouts that I did when I was 26, 28, and looking at them on paper and trying to get through them and realizing like this is not optimal for me anymore is a difficult pill to swallow at times. Yeah. And so I feel like it took me a little bit longer. It took a little bit of overtraining and injuries that accompanied that to realize that, yeah, I can't do exactly what I could do day to day when I was younger, but I still believe at the top end I can still be as good as I ever was, if not better. So it makes me cherish this Olympic experience all the more because I can see the writing on the wall. I can't do this forever. I know I have a limited time in the sport, and so that once you realize that, it makes you appreciate it all the more. And overcoming a couple pretty significant injuries this spring also made me appreciate it all the more because being on Team USA, especially in the shot, we joke that if the entire rest of the world had to qualify, no one would have. Not a single national championships.
Wow.
If you took the entire world and put all national championships, USA went 1, 2, 3. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was a very challenging team to make. So, I'm just happy to be here, to be honest.
Awesome. Katie, you're much like Ryan. You've won the last 3 majors as well. So I could ask you the same question, but I won't. You studied fashion here in Paris.
I did.
And so, you are back. What lessons did you learn when you were here as a youngster, and how fulfilling is it for you to be back in this capacity?
Gosh, yeah, being in Paris, that was my first time ever overseas. It was very scary, but incredible. It was just such a cool experience getting to do that. And when I think about who I was back then and who I am now, I mean, that was completely unrelated to pole vault. I had finally, figured it out in the pole vault where I was placing middle of the pack at USA's. I wasn't making teams, but I was holding my own and still felt like I could get better. And I just feel like this whole journey has really just been one of resilience and continuing to show up. And, I'm somebody that had potential from a young age, but had to work really hard at every level to reach the pinnacle at each point. It took me until my senior year of high school to win the state meet. It took me until my senior year of college to win nationals. It took me until 5 years out of college to make a team. And so it's been cool just looking back on my journey and hoping that can inspire others. And just if you keep your nose down, working hard, cool things can happen.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tara, you brought all the drama to the trials. We were literally on the edge of our seats as it came down to the third attempt for you to keep your dream alive. How will that serve you here? Do you feel like now you can, under any circumstance, you can pull it out, or are you going to make sure you get your best jump out early? Like, what is your mental coming off of such a dramatic and exciting trials competition?
Yeah, well, it took around 3 weeks for me to fully recover from that. It was mentally, physically, and emotionally draining. I don't know. Coming into the Olympics now, I'm so excited. I think I needed that. I needed that pressure. I needed that unwavering feeling of like, are you going to make it? And honestly, it showed all the hard work I was doing through therapy and through all of my mental health work of, if you can just keep your eye on the prize and you can do it. I never would have guessed that was ever going to be a thing, that I would scratch 2 jumps right before trying to get into the Olympic trials finals.
Yeah.
But I do think it kind of takes a little bit of pressure off myself, because I can do it. I can be the person I want to be and under any type of pressure. And now going into the Olympics, I'm here. That was the hardest part, is to get here. And now I'm here, and I guess just go have fun, show the world what I can do. Yes, the first jump will probably be a little bit more safe. I won't full send like I said I was going to do. But yeah, if I just get that first jump out of the way, it's playtime.
Yeah, love that. So Noah, obviously you're going for a very auspicious double here, hoping to mix it up also in the relays. You talk about, your mental going into 2021, and you have accomplished so much since then. And I know you credit that a lot to your mental, maturity and development, all the intentional hard work that you have done to get here. How specifically are you going to use all of those experiences that you've had to be able to pull off, this incredible feat that you set for yourself here in Paris? Yeah.
After Tokyo, I had to really take a look at, all that I'd done up to that point. And I said, it's not enough. And it's kind of crazy saying that, because at the time I was like, okay, I became, the 4th fastest, ever in the event of the 200. But here I am still, if I'm off my game, I'm still not enough to say that I can't be beaten, because I got beat by 2 people that day, the APR, and it's like, it's not enough. I need to do more. I need to self-reflect. I need to say, what is it going to take for me to be confident enough to go into a meet and say, even on my off day, I'm still going to win. And, that's where I put my nose to the grind. That's when I, decided to get uncomfortable, get very comfortable with the uncomfortable, and throwing myself into events that is just not me. This year we saw me get a silver medal in the 60 meters at Indoor World Championships. There's tons of people out there who claim that I have horrible starts, but somebody with a horrible start can't get a silver medal or run 6:43, in the 60. It's not, and that's going up against my worst, part of my race. I'm facing world record holders and, many world champions and just people that I just, they would say I'm not supposed to win. And here I am saying, okay, you say I'm not supposed to win. Let me throw myself into the lion's den and see myself, forge myself out of those hard times. So as I'm going to this championship, this biggest stage in the world, I'm now saying, hey, I've been through the hardest parts. I've been at the bottom. I've, fought my way back up. I've fixed the weaknesses. Now here I am, stronger than before. If I lose this time, it's not going to be because I beat myself. It's just going to be that they had to be that much better. But to be honest, when Noah Lyles is being Noah Lyles, there's nobody. Exactly. It sure is, Grant.
Well, on that note, Grant, I have so many questions for you. I'm trying to pick which one's my favorite, but I think I'm going to go this angle. You have been the most consistent hurdler since 2021, and I mean even beyond that, just one loss, right? What is it that makes you so good? Is it your natural ability? Is it your work ethic? Is it your ability to stay present in the moment? What do you think makes you so special?
I think what makes Grant Holloway so special is all the above. Consistency in this sport is granted with medals. Going forward, not only am I a hurdler, I am a sprinter that hurdles. So I have that intangible. But I have the ability to learn. Obviously Tokyo is Tokyo. We're in Paris now, and I honestly don't even like talking about it because at that time I was literally running. I didn't know what I was doing for hurdling. Like, I know how to hurdle, but I was just really just running. I don't know what I was doing in a sense. Now I know my segments. Now I know how to read. It's just like reading a book. You read left to right, and you get a little bit more intricate with kind of like your abilities and what you're strong and what your weaknesses are. And I've just been honing in on that. And like this year, just being able to run 13.0 and a bunch of 12.9s, and as all of us are sitting up here, if we come to this meet confident, we're all dangerous, and we all have that ability to kind of just dive forward and figure out what we want. But I love the sport. I love the consistency that I'm having. I love that everybody recognizes how consistent I am. But I think really what kind of like hones in on it is, I don't know if Noah remembers this, but we were roommates in Doha 2019.
Give us the tea.
But like literally, we was just talking. It was just one of the days we're just laying down and we're talking, and we're like, yo, like we could really, take this sport by a chokehold.
Dominate.
And, I think ever since then, for both of us, we've had our ups and downs, and that's track and field. It's on any given Sunday, anything can happen. But, we both just wanted to just kind of just be consistent and dominant in the sport. And, once you sign that silver lining with yourself and you have that non-negotiable contract, it's kind of just like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, and whatever I have to do to achieve that goal, that's what you want to do.
Awesome. I got one quick follow-up question for you, Grant. So golf, wine, or video games, you have to give up one forever in exchange for your Olympic gold. Which one is it?
Golf, wine,
or your video games?
Video games. I got to grow up at some point.
All right, no more video games once we get this gold medal. You heard it here first.
That's fine.
All righty. Well, I would love to open it up to all of you. Oh, I love that. Nobody's being shy. I love it. Your hand was up first, so you got the gold medal for questions. So we're going to start with you first. Does someone have a mic or something to help us out? Or are they just going to, here we go.
Thanks very much. I have a question for Noah and Katie. Noah, you exude so much confidence, and when you said when you're on your game, you don't think anyone can beat you. Does that put any pressure on you? And do you have a sports therapist who you've talked with that about? And what guidance, what things are you thinking about that can help you when you're at the start line?
Yeah, I do have a sports therapist. I actually have 3 therapists. I have a everyday therapist. I have a sports therapist, and I have a grief therapist. And each one of them is for different skills and abilities. But a lot of people look at my confidence and can easily the line between confidence and cocky is so blurred. And it's all an opinion. But I usually say, if you've looked at my life and seen what I've had to go through, I've literally been told you can't do most of my life. growing up with asthma, yeah, playing sports, it's not in the cards. You know, going through, school, it's not really looking like you're going to do too well in school. It's just, I wouldn't, bank on going anywhere, all right, now I got a scholarship to the University of Florida. Oh, I don't really want to go to college. Yeah, but you kind of have to if you really want to go to professional. All right, well, now I'm the first male athlete in the U.S. history to go professional at high school with my brother. You told you can't do this. Told you can't break records. But here I am every time saying I'm going to do it anyway and achieving almost everything that I put my mind to. And it's gaining that confidence each step of the way that slowly builds it up higher and higher and higher. So I can understand why some people can't see the vision that I see. And I don't blame anybody for that. But don't disprove my vision just because I want to go after it. And as that's kind of the mindset I have. And as I get to these big moments, I thrive off of these. This is what I've prayed for. This is what I dream of. These moments right here, I get more excited the bigger the crowd is. In fact, if there is no crowd, that is most likely when you will see me lose. Yeah, like when there is no, exactly, i.e. Tokyo. When there is no crowd, it is the biggest chance that I will lose. That's when you should put your chips down. But the bigger the crowd, the more likely I am to win and run fast and be the best me that I can be.
Absolutely. I agree with that one, 100%.
And Katie, you talked about how you have not done the traditional way. You weren't like the can't miss prospect. Was there one moment in all this where suddenly you said, I get it, it's working, where even though you weren't at the top yet, you felt there was this, you just sensed that it's coming together and yes, you can achieve it?
Yes, I would say for me, that was when I started working with my current coach, Brad Walker. I had finished 5th at the trials in 2016, which I had a personal best that day and wasn't good enough. And up until that point, if I wanted something out of a competition and had a good day, I usually got what I wanted. And so that was very humbling and made me realize I couldn't keep doing what I had been doing. I had to get out of my comfort zone if I wanted to reach my full potential. And the moment that I went out there to try it out with him, he was just able to take my jump and make it better in a way that everyone had always tried to get me to make it better, but it still felt like my jump. I had never had that before because it always felt disconnected. It didn't feel right, and he was the first person that got me to do what everyone had always talked about, and it still felt like my jump, and it just made so much sense. And so even though at that point, it's the beginnings of it, I called my mom and I said, I'm so sorry I'm moving across the country because after the first day, because I knew I now had a roadmap of how I was going to make it to that next point. I always felt like I could, but it was always just this abstract, I hope I can get there. And, a year after working with him, I jumped 490. So yeah, it was the right choice.
Thanks. I would throw this out to Tara
Hi.
and Noah and Grant. You guys compete everywhere, but you've been to the Olympics before. Do you remember a specific feeling, lining up at the Olympics? I know it's bigger than everything, that just felt different to you than, say, even a World Championships or a Diamond League meet?
Well, I was a little naive last Olympics. I kept on telling myself, this is just another meet. This is just another meet. And at the time, I thought that was the best idea to do. In reality, it wasn't, because I never got to experience, like, Tara Davis, you were at the Olympics. And instead, I was just trying to push down the nervousness, trying to, like, not feel any type of feelings due to depression. And I was just trying to tell myself, it's fine, it's just another track meet. It's fine, it's just another track meet. And it's like, no, dude, you're 21 at the Olympics. Like, feel that, feel it all. But for now, this coming here, and now when I line up here, I am stoked to be at the Olympics. Like, this is what you've dreamed of for your entire life since you were 4 years old, and embrace every moment, every opportunity you get. Even this moment of speaking to you guys, like, I am at the Olympic press conference. Like, that's crazy.
No, it's the exact same for me. That mindset of, you know, it's just another competition was definitely ringing in my mind, like, trying to get through this depression. I was just like, you don't have to make it a big thing. You do this every day. You do this all the time. You know, there's nobody out there who can handle, like, you got this. But yeah, you're right. Like, I'm an emotional person. And when I got to the finals and we walked into that empty stadium, I remember it being so hot. And we were like, it was the final announcement of, like, everybody's name. And we're all just standing behind their blocks. And that's like usually the moment, like, in my head, I'm just like, it's showtime. And I just remember being so, this is not it. This is not fun. This is not cool. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I thought it was going to be like. And that's literally the last few thoughts I had going into my mind as I got into the blocks. And it sucked. And I was like, yeah, something's got to change. And now, just like Tara, when I made that team, I felt so excited. I was feeling all the feelings, even when I made it for the 200, which, you know, had over the years has kind of grown as like an event where it's like everybody already knows I'm going to win. But no, I made it in 2 events. You know, I'm going in for the 4x1. You know, they didn't even want to put me on the 4x1 last Olympics. You know, now I'm like, you got to put them on. And I remember when they gave us these hats, the You Made It hat. And it's now my favorite hat. I have not taken it really off since making the team. And I just feel like that's myself to remind myself, like, yeah, enjoy this moment. This is fun. This is amazing. This is a very surreal thing.
Yeah, y'all gonna hate me, but yeah,
That's all right.
I am very honest in all my questions. So to answer it, yeah, the Olympics is the same feeling that I have if I'm running at Florida Relays, if I'm running at a Diamond League. The last Olympics, this Olympics, trials. For me, it's another chance to, you know, assert my dominance. It's another chance to stay consistent. It's another chance to kind of continue on this quest that I've had with myself. You know, every time I get in the blocks, you know, I've always, whatever track meet or whatever competition that I'm getting ready to go to, I kind of, you know, visualize myself on that track, in that lane, and, you know, executing my 10 hurdles, or if it's indoors, obviously 5. But, you know, for me, it is another track meet. I think I've ran, I don't know how many hurdle races, but like the hurdles ain't going nowhere. You know, for Noah and Tara, they have different variables than me. You know, one has to get on the board and make sure they stay on the board. The other one has to go through 6 rounds, you know, between the hundreds and then 200s. And then for me, it's the same thing. You know, it gets kind of boring at times, but you know, that's what makes it another track meet. Because for a hurdler, if you try to step outside your zone, if you try to do something that's not in your race plan, obviously you're going to get the result that you don't want. So to answer your question, yes, it's another track meet for me. I'm excited to kind of just go out there and, you know, just to run and make it happen. You know, obviously we go forward and, you know, it's the Olympic Games, but then at the same time, you know, if you stack this Olympic Games up, you know, to USA Trials, I think USA Trials is definitely the pinnacle. So I think this one, it can definitely be a little bit at ease.
Fair. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to go there and then there. So in the red. Yeah.
Gotta make
Behind
sure
you,
can be
behind
heard.
I'm so loud, I forget that I have to do that. Tara and Ryan. Tara, you had a viral moment the other day with Coco Gauff.
Yeah.
Ryan, people love following you in Coda. How does social media help you get new interest to your sports?
You got it, buddy.
All right. I mean, for me personally, just coming from my event, I think it's been great. I remember 2016, it's a while ago, but I mean, I hit 10K followers, and at the time, as a shot putter, that seemed like a huge deal. So I think it's a testament to how much my event in particular has grown. You've seen shot put kind of take a front seat instead of we've traditionally been towards the back. And so it's been great for the sport. Yeah, hard to imagine having around 150K followers in 8 years ago. It was a big deal to get 10. So that's a testament. And I think that it also provides people insight. I mean, what we do as track and field athletes is very impressive, and I feel like it's the pinnacle of sport in terms of we are the cutting edge of human performance, whether it's jumping far, throwing far, sprinting fast. Social media is a great way to show that. When you have the 8 fastest people in the world in a race, the slow person is still the 8th fastest person in the world. And the person sitting on the couch is like, dang, that 10-1, that's slow. Like, when in reality, you're still the 8th fastest, 8th strongest, 8th best jumper, whatever it might be. So social media is a great way for us to convey what makes our sport special, because we are the peak of performance.
Yeah, I think it's a bit different for me. I think having a social media, I don't know, as a content creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it.
Influencer.
You know what, Ryan, don't. I have people that follow me not because I run track. They follow me because they enjoy my content. They enjoy what Hunter and I do together. But it's cool because I get to have both sides, where I get to show my lifestyle, but I also get to show my sport, and we get to grow the sport in that way as well. As a long jumper, we don't get that many views, get that many eyes, so I do everything in my power to bring eyes to the sport. Whether we like it or not, those 2 fouls, they brought eyes to the sport. I had people glued to the TV, so you guys all felt nervous? Good. That's how I feel all the time. So yeah, I think social media is probably the best thing to ever happen for sports and Olympic sports, and especially for track and field.
Awesome, and we can't wait to see your other half here and competing. Got to be the most beloved duo, Olympic duo, you and Hunter. You're next.
Hi, so another question for Ryan. A couple of weeks ago, Ryan, Seb Coe was asked what he was looking forward to most, and he said people might laugh, but it's the shot put. Shots really delivered over the last few championships. How fantastic was it for you and your guys to see the head of your sport really giving shot a big push? As Tara said, field events don't always get the coverage.
Yeah, no, it's an honor, and I think it's a testament to the level of the event in particular. Men's shot has been consistently good for 8 years now, and it's been the same usual suspects, and now we add in Fabry as well. So it will be, I believe, quite the competition. A lot of guys in good shape right now, and so yeah, it's a testament to the individuals we have in the sport. I think it has taken a special group. None of us really have wanted to take a back seat. All of us have been fighting to be at the top, and for me, it's knowing that Tom Walsh, Joe Kovacs, Darlin Romani, all of the guys, if I'm not training hard every single day, they're catching me, they're passing me, and so they have the same attitude. And so that level of competition and special group of guys have pushed the shot to, I think, levels that no one thought it could reach. And I'm excited because every year I think if I can get a little bit better, the sport will get easier. But every year the guys seem to keep up with me and even gain a little bit. So it's been hard to pull away. But it does keep it exciting. So it'll be a fun comp out there. I think a lot of guys will be swinging for the fences.
Right here in the USA.
Noah and Tara, I truly appreciate how open you both have been about your mental health and destigmatizing it within the highest level of sport. I'm curious what you're doing here on the ground to actively take care of your mental health, and also what advice you would give to any athletes who are currently struggling in silence.
Well, what I'm doing here is journaling every day. I'm meeting with my therapist at 7 a.m. due to the fact that it's late over there. And as well as just doing these types of things, I'm putting myself out there. I'm socializing. I'm enjoying the moment. And that's one thing that I was not doing when I was depressed, was enjoying the moment. And I don't take anything for granted anymore. And for any athlete out there that's struggling, it's okay to struggle. everyone struggles. We just might be silent about it. Speak to someone, talk to someone. Don't hold back anything, because holding back doesn't get you anywhere. Lying to your doctor doesn't get you anywhere. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Tara in that one, you know, being very vocal. And this might be decently, you know, depending on how you look at it, controversial, but I'm kind of almost in I'm struggling myself with my mental. Just it's weird. It's a weird concept. As you guys know, Sprint came out. It's have you guys watched it, by the way?
Love
Sprint?
it.
I love it.
Good.
I'm glad you love it. Apparently, the world does love Sprint, and athletes do too. And I've become kind of popular in the village. Unfortunately, that has come with its own set of challenges in being able to find my own space within the village. Whether that's eating or training in the gym. And I know some athletes like to leave the village and have their own hotels, but I like to enjoy the whole Olympic, you know, event, you know, being with other athletes and stuff like that. But it has come with its own challenge of, you know, finding my own safe place. And it's been kind of hard for me to find that place within the village. And I don't want to leave. But it's definitely something I feel like after this Olympics, I'm going to have conversations higher up than me and the whoever's in charge of that, of making that more available or just more aware, because I'm not even the most popular person in the village. So I know I'm not the only one who's had to deal with situations like this. And I just talk about that to bring that to people's attention that, you know, even though we are, you know, might be superstars in your eyes, we still are human beings, and we do want to be able to have our space and our time. And, you know, I want to enjoy the Olympics just like you guys are. And just being able to find a safe place has been a little difficult in these past few days as I'm trying to prepare and dive deep into my mental state. I was talking with my therapist yesterday, and we were just trying to figure out ways to better just seclude myself, I guess. I've now been finding myself eating at very random times in the back of the cafeteria just to kind of have my space with me and just my girlfriend as we're, you know, just trying to, you know, enjoy a meal. So it's been just being very vocal and being, you know, honest with myself. You know, as Tara said, you know, lying to yourself is going to get you nowhere. It really is. It's just another lie to yourself, and that's the worst person to lie to, because it just, you know, continuously festers as the truth of what you want to say kind of just is hidden behind a door, and it just makes you feel like you told a lie, like a real one. It's ugly, you know, feel it in your chest. Yeah, being vocal has definitely been, you know, my biggest thing this Olympics, like telling my team, letting my people know what's going on. That has been definitely what I've been pushing for that I feel I didn't do at the last Olympics.
Thank you.
Go on this side.
Tara, tell us what is
Tara.
Tara, sorry. What is the most fascinating thing about long jump? And Noah, can you get us through that fastest man discussion, please?
I feel like the most fascinating thing about long jump is people don't realize how technical it is. You're not just running and jumping. There's rhythm. There's it's shining. There's rhythm. There's preciseness. There's you know, things going on in the air that people have no idea that you can even do. It's so technical, not. And there's so much speed, there's so much power. I'm breaking shoes, like it's crazy. And now that I've given myself a chance, I see every opportunity and I see every, you know, centimeter as evolving track and field and evolving long jump. Every eye that watches the sport, they change the sport as well. So me just, I don't know, long jump, I feel like is one of the hardest to do because you are running as fast as you can and trying to put your foot on a board and then take off and then do another, I don't know, 0.2 seconds of you in the air, and then you have to land and make sure your landing's perfect. So there's so many things that go into long jump that people don't really realize. Fastest man.
What's up?
Here we go.
What's the question?
He won't stop.
It's me. It's always gonna be me.
I think what he's trying to say is the tweet.
So interesting story behind that. So I have delegated my YouTube channel to my main man Jack, who's my videographer, and he usually takes care of it. And he on the channel, they've been getting a lot of comments. I haven't been, conversing with him much, but unfortunately, he did release a message that talked about the fastest man comment. And although I do agree with what he said, I usually do not tend to respond to people about that. Everybody knows that the title goes to the Olympic champion and the world champion, which I am one of, and soon to be another one of.
Hey. Is that it? Mic drop? All right. Well, we are going to close it out there, guys. I am really sorry. I want to thank all of you, all the media who showed up today to share the stories of these incredible athletes. We want to thank you guys for taking the time to stop by today, and we want to wish you guys the best here in Paris. And that will do it for us. Thank you guys so much again. Group shot. We're going to get a picture together.
Yo, you are funny, bro.
What, you want me to say I'm going to lose?
No. The way you said it, it's so funny, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
This should be pissed.